and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second series of the broadcast. Welcome to the WardiTV Monday 29, the round of 16. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Green Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Diamond Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Blue Protoss player, representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our second matchup of the night. Oh god. Oh no, Bobby. As yeah, that was a massive lag spike. Hopefully, Pommy is okay, as it looks like he is lagging out. Yeah. Pommy, he is one of our casters, one of our other language casters here, and hopefully, if there is an issue, hopefully it does clear up. So we are jumping back in. Again, it's happened to all of us. I mean, it happened to me last week. Remember, last week there was a time when my ping just spiked up to 1,000, and I did leave the games as I didn't want to disturb the players. That was during the Rex March Madness. Just some crazy instability last week. So yeah, it happens to the best of us. Smurge. So hopefully, Pommy is able to join us later on in the evening for some future rounds. Meanwhile, we are diving into our ZvP. Let's go. Did I introduce the players? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, here we go. So we have our initial opener, Hatch Gas Bull out of SHIN, going for the unnatural natural. So a bit of a more awkward setup here by SHIN. Outside of that, standard openers overall. Welcome once again, one and all, to Persephone. Persephone being one of the new TLMC maps in the map pool. A very popular map, as you can see. We're seeing it now for the second series in a row, despite the fact that there are still some regular ladder maps available. Maps like Frostline, El Dorado, maps like Whispers of Gold, alongside Ultralove and many others. Players will still prefer to play on Persephone. So again, it does bode well. Shout out to Patches. I know Patches did make this map, and again, has been very popular amongst the players. Big reason for it is, I mean, it's relatively standard in its setup here. You know, short rush distance by air, direct attack path by ground, a couple of different avenues of attack. Sure, that is true. And there are some quirks to it, but again, one day we'll see the healing pad used. One day. It's been like a month, and I've never seen anyone use it. One day. But now Stargate open out of SKillous. It is going for a Stargate opener. And SHIN will deflect the initial scouting probe. With this Stargate, we'll see if SKillous does open up Oracle or Void Ray. We'll get there, I'm sure. So SHIN is still being active. Again, looking for a way in. Does slip into the bases, slips past the natural, in towards the main. For now, he wants the probe. Oh my god. Does get it. Yeah, one probe goes down, and from here he will get the scout. He slips into the main base and he will confirm the Oracle opener. It's going to be Oracle, not Void Ring. I say that. Looks like SHIN, he's more concerned with more economic damage. Depth slips in, gets one drone. Not bad. And SHIN, I mean, he can assume it's a Stargate, but he's not fully aware of the first units. SHIN, he did not confirm. God damn it, Diva. Every time. I just can't look at SHIN's perspective. There we go. Oracle into the main. Does dive in. Spore not quite ready. SKillous, he'll punish. He'll get 1, 2 drones so far. Getting up to 3. Oh my god. Yeah, 3, 4 workers, and then does pull out. A nice start here for SKillous. At the same time, SHIN, he's being active. He is ensuring he can delay the third as he rotates. But the second Oracle's back at home, and the third base should get up and running. Third base is on the way. Things, they attempt to engage, but the Oracle's at home to defend. So SHIN is going to be forced back at home, happily joining up. And really what we're waiting for here is our first tech structure from SHIN. We're waiting for either a Roach Warren, a Baneling Nest, or an Evo Chamber, or even a Fast Lair. Waiting to see what our first tech is going to be. That will determine how SHIN plays this out. Does he play Ling Hydra? Does he play Roach Ling Bane? Does he play Roach into Hydra? Does he play Roach into Mutas? Yet to be confirmed, but it is going to be Evo Chamber first. We spoke about this last series. Fast Evo Chamber usually means +1 melee, usually means Ling Hydra and delayed roaches or just skipped roaches. That's typically what this leads into. So we're assuming there's going to be +1 melee. We'll see if that's the case. Likewise, SKillous, he rotates between the bases. Standard follow-up. We have a Forge, Twilight counter into +1 and Blink. Ooh, +1 and Charge. Actually, we saw this the last time SKillous was on Persephone. True. We saw this same build against Eba, if you recall. Going to Charge. Meanwhile, we assume +1 melee. They'll go melees on the way. So it is going to be Ling Hydra. And now I'm a little bit concerned for SHIN. We'll get there. For now, he collapses on those Adepts. Adepts, they get surrounded. First Oracle up. Does not go down. Whew. SKillous pulls away in time. Now, if you recall, in this kind of game state against Eba, he did go for a safety Baneling Nest. And, okay, there we go. And Eba did defend with Ling Bane. Thankfully, safety Baneling Nest on the way for SHIN as well, so he will also have Ling Bane available. Now, whether he has Banelings morphed in time, that's a different question. As these charge ults have a lot of potential. So basically, SKillous is going to go for an early charge timing, and the goal here is to catch the Zerg player without roaches or without Banelings. We know there are no roaches, but there's potential for Banelings. So SHIN, in a sense, he has the tools to defend. We'll see if he can use them. For now, he moves out. Heads towards the third. Third base is somewhat exposed. Lings, they can chip away at the base, but nothing too major. SHIN pulls away. Zealots, you can see they're banking up here at the natural. Oh, actually, this is an early Temple Archives. Okay, this is a unique variation here. If you remember, last time it was purely Zealots and Archons and High Templar, and Storm was delayed. But this is a little bit different. Lings get a full surround. That's a kill. Oh, that should not have happened. Kill, not a cancel. Nexus does go down. Massive pickoff. And the Zealots are revealed. Yeah, Zealots are revealed. He sees them at Baneling speed, starts up, and Baneling should be morphed in. SHIN pulls away. Does pull away. Here come those Banelings. They're morphing in here on the right-hand side to harass, actually, to go for a run-by. Bold move. Lings, they get a surround. Yeah, they surround the charge lots. Queens move in. And SKillous is being shut down. This time, there's no Prism to reinforce. I mean, he gave up on the Prism instead of going into the Archons. Alas, not quite worth it. Banelings, they waddle into the middle lines. Storm is not done. Oh, they're waddling in. Up. Oh my god. Brutal connections. 8 throw kills. High Templar forced to morph into Archons. Nice counterattack here from SHIN. SHIN building up his Ling Bane Hydra. Getting up to a decent economy. Continuing to drone. Saving his 4th base. And SHIN from here is looking solid. He rolls in once again. Ooh. 3 more probes. 3 more probes go down. We can see SKillous is trying to turtle up. Turtling up, going towards that fleet beacon. This should just be for the mothership. Into Mass Immortal Archon Storm. But SKillous, his 4th base was delayed. Remember, this was killed earlier. So SKillous, he's stumbling his way into the mid-game. He's had a lot less control than he did against Eba. And SHIN, he's maxed. SHIN, he's about to max out on Ling Bane Hydra. He does cut workers at 74. That is just under full 4-base saturation. And he's pushing. He's maxing out. He is not taking up into Hive, so he's not taking towards Hive. He's not taking towards Ultras. Sorry, towards Lurkers, I meant to say. He's moving out. And depending on the storms, he could break this position. That's what it's going to come down to, the storms. He rotates over towards the 3rd. Massive storm goes off. Mainly on the Lings, though. And the base is exposed. More storms coming in. They shut down the Banelings. Oh, they force back the Hydras. The Lings, they get into the mineral line. They at least try to. Banelings once again zoning away the High Templar. Yeah, they do zone. High Templar force back. The expansion goes down. Massive pickoff. And that's all that SHIN wanted, and he might get even more than that. Surrounding the Archons. Rolling on in. Ooh, breaking through those High Templar. And that's going to be it. There's nothing left here. Surrounds the army. Breaks the fourth base. Gets into the natural. And SKillous, he's down to the one mothership. The mothership arrives, but there's nothing to support. There's nothing here. Does activate Cloak. We got the slow zone, but GG gets called, and SHIN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. SHIN does take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense game 1 here. We saw that SHIN, he had a much more aggressive approach with his Baneling run bys, his Baneling counterattacks. Likewise, SKillous did have a different opener. If you recall, he went for an earlier Temple Archives and a later Robo and a later Warp Prism. So because of that, his first Zealot push was a little bit lackluster. He couldn't reinforce the way that he could previously in his previous series, so a bit of a different kind of attack, and SHIN, he was able to scatter ahead of time. Remember, he saw the move out when he actually killed the 4th base. If you remember, he moved out with Lings a little bit earlier. He got a full surround, he killed the 4th expansion, and that's also when he saw the charge lots. So he was able to prepare back at home, cripple the economy across the map, and yeah, just have a lot more freedom, have a lot more map control here on Persephone. And we'll see if SKillous can recover coming into game number 2. We're going to be loading into Killer's Mile for the first time here this broadcast. Killer's Mile is also another one of these newer TLMC maps. This is a unique map in the sense that the third base is more exposed. I'm curious to see who's going to be the aggressor. I feel like aggression in general is favored on this map a little bit more so than on others, just because the 3rd and 4th base are more exposed. We'll get into it. We'll get into it on Killer's Mile. Momento. Okay, we're good. As we are loading into game number 2. Sorry, just messing with our lighting. He's a shining example of how to swarm. Oh no. Oh no. Just catching up, and here we go. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Killer's Mile, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing the Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, representing Team Liquid down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is SKillous. Here we go. It's more believable if Elias hatred of Diva prevents anyone from uttering her name. It's not the hatred of Diva, it's just very jarring. It's very jarring whenever I do like this to, like, you know, to see someone's vision, and then bam, like Diva hits your face. It's like, oh god. It's every time. God damn it. It's like, I'm like, oh, did SHIN, did he scout the tech? Did he see the Dark Shrine? I like pan over, and then bam, gotta raise your APM. it's like, it's good. I just want to see what's happening. I just want to see what's going on. Every time. It's fine, it's fine. The solution is to make everyone use Diva, then they get used to true. Just blast Diva until it becomes background noise. Aye. Even her voice lines. Just admit you like the diva announcer. Este Iba. Este Iba. Shaking my head. Go back to studying. Go back to studying. God damn. As we are settling in. So far, standard openers. Oh, and also, of course, welcome on all to Killer's Mile. We were going to discuss the nature of the map itself. It does have some unique features similar to Abyssal Reef, or yeah, Abyssal Reef comes to mind, or King's Cove. There is a very narrow ramp coming into the natural. I would say it's a little bit more defendable just because of the cliff face and the terrain that's available here to try to protect this location. But what isn't as defendable is the third base. The third base doesn't have a ramp coming into it. You can enter and aggress upon the third base here from the center of the map. Likewise, the fourth base also doesn't have a ramp either. A little bit more open, a little bit more exposed. And we have seen a lot of aggression here, whether it's pushing into the third or the fourth base, be quite successful on Killer's Mile. So we'll see if SHIN is going to if SKillous is going to embrace that. Last game, SKillous had opened up Charge. This time, I imagine +1 Blink Stalkers is going to be on the horizon instead. We'll keep an eye on our Protoss players. Already, we do mix it up. Already, it's going to be a Void Ray opener, not an Oracle. Let's go. God damn. I was trying to think of another diva voice line, but I couldn't. That's the only one that came to mind. Now that Wardi moves out, again, the goal here is to deny vision, deny scouting. Likewise, full wall here at the natural. And we'll see if SHIN can piece this all together. SKillous claiming his third. SHIN moving in. Does move in, going for the probe. Oh, will get it. Nice pickoff. Probe goes down and will delay the expansion. So nice delay here. Once again, moving in. He wants that second probe, but he will not get it. Now this time does force the activation of the pulsar beam. SHIN pulls away. SHIN pulls away. SKillous, he expands. Whew. Likewise, the Overlord did barely avoid the Void Ray. Not bad. Overlord's still alive and can always go in for a follow-up scout. Bit of a supply block here for SKillous. Oh, I say a bit of a supply block. It's a heavy supply block here. Delaying that second Oracle. Adepts move out. 5 Adepts here for SKillous. Once again, SHIN is going for the fast Evo Chamber into +1 melee. I believe this Evo Chamber is earlier than last game. I believe. Shading into the natural. Oh, does commit. Stays right behind this. Stasis is going to be targeted down. Nice pick up there by SHIN, but drones are going to fall. Getting 1, getting 2 drones so far. But only 2 drones for 5 Adepts. A nice cleanup here by SHIN. 1 Adept does shade towards the third base. Gets 1 more drone. Can maybe get another. Not bad. Okay. 4, 5. Oh my god. Clutch transfuse. Can he get it? Barely not. Okay, so 5 Adepts for 4 drones. Again, not the best trade here from SKillous. SHIN does hold, SHIN does defend. Is melee as the operator of choice. And this should be for Ling Hydra. Should be. And once again, SKillous going for a very similar build. Once again, going for charge, not Blink Stalkers. So this does look like the same setup as at game number 1. Going to +1 in charge. Once again, that's going to be a Templar Archives. Templar Archives is before the Robo. So we're going for some Archons to reinforce those initial charge lots. And we'll see if SKillous can bring this all together. Sure, buddy, sure. The copium, the copium. Solution is always to raise your APM. Click hard and all that. Not wrong, not wrong. I haven't laddered in like 2 weeks. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I should have time to stream this week, though. I should have time to ladder. I'm very rusty, though, now. I mean, I'm always rusty, because I always have, like 1 or 2 week breaks in between ladder sessions, but so I'm always covered in rust. I will listen to Diva. I will raise the APM. And show her those skills. That's the other line. Oh god. God damn. Meanwhile, again, we do have our Lingbane Roach Ravager set up here. Sorry, I misspoke. No Baliness is going to be Roaches to support, so Roach Hydra here from SHIN. Meanwhile, SKillous, he's moving out. Here come those charge slots. Likewise, SHIN does spot this, does confirm, does see this ahead of time. And he is amassing his army. He's getting ready back at home. He's setting up. This time, SKillous, he does not reinforce with Archons. Keeps them at home instead. Yeah, much earlier storm timing from SKillous. Yeah, storm before the 4th base. Jesus. Very early storm. So SKillous a little bit paranoid, a little bit concerned. Will forego his economy in favor of earlier tech and earlier splash damage. This means that SKillous is going to be more secure, and SHIN, it looks like he's going for a very similar setup. If you recall, last game, SHIN, he cut workers at 74. 74 workers, he cut worker production. He's not taking any further than this, bear that in mind. He's not taking into Hive, he's not taking into Lurkers. He's maxing out on purely Ling Roach Hydra. Ling Roach Hydra with +2. And we'll see if he can break SKillous, bearing in mind the SKillous, he has had Storm for quite some time, so he has Storm available. He pokes in. He's going to be deflected. SKillous defense is natural. Meanwhile, over at the 4th base, massive Storm. Storm connects. SKillous so far so good. He has another Storm. And Storm on the Hydras. But the Immortals are exposed. They need more support. SHIN comes in from behind, going for the 3rd expansion. But more Storms are coming in. And the High Templar exposed. Massive pickoff. Gets a High Templar. He gets one. I believe there's one Storm left. And SHIN, it looks like he has enough. Yeah, he has enough. He tanks the Storm. Lings, they flood in to reinforce. No more Storms remaining. Archons are going down. And SHIN, is he barely breaking through? We have reinforcing Immortals. Oh my god, that's a lot of Immortals. Yeah, 3 more Immortals come in. And SKillous, he's holding. He does hold on. He defends with pure Immortal. Whew, Jesus. 6 Immortals. Oh my god. And he's making 2 more, getting up to 8. 8 Immortals to defend. SKillous, he holds, he protects the base, the 4th base, the mineral line, and SHIN is still all in. SHIN, he's still not taking, he's still not droning, not taking extra gases, not getting a 5th expansion. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for SKillous. Yeah, SHIN is, he's just all in. He's just all in here. Massing out more Ling Hydra Ravager. It's going to be pure Immortal High Templar to defend. Oh my god. He's building up those Storms. And this is looking a little bit dire here for SHIN. I mean, once again, a lot of this comes down to the Storms. Like, how good are the Storms going to be? How well do they connect? SHIN is moving in. SKillous out of position. The base is exposed. SHIN stutter stepping in. Going for the Nexus. Again, that SKillous completely out of position. He gets owned away. He gets owned away here. And the base is going to go down. Massive pickoff. Likewise, better concave here for SHIN. SHIN trying to collapse on the army. That's going to be 10 Immortals. Oh my god. That's a lot of Immortals. And SHIN, he pulls away. He gets out of here. Yeah, he doesn't have to fight. Ooh, bleeds out a couple of Hydras. But SHIN, he kills the expansion, he gets the mineral line. Again, SKillous, he clearly had enough to defend, but he was out here on the right-hand side instead. He missed the rotation, he missed the main army. And now suddenly SKillous is in trouble. Suddenly SKillous, he has no economy, he's supply blocked. Suddenly SKillous, he's almost being forced all in himself. Meanwhile, SHIN, he still hasn't droned. He still has not droned. Still massing up a greater army, knocks down the rocks. Does force a recall. Recall gets spent. Lings are going for the High Templar. He gets one. He gets one High Templar. He forces an Archon. Denies the 4th base once again. And SHIN is pulling SKillous apart. Despite the initial failed push, I mean, the second wave did a surprising amount of damage. Killed the 4th, crippled the economy. Oh god. SHIN, you have to be careful. Calm down, Bobby, calm down. Has to respect the Storm. From here, SHIN pulls away, now taking a 5th expansion. SHIN, he is still not droned. So down to 73 drones. Getting another base. Now getting into Banelings and Baneling speed. Investing into more upgrades. Still maxed out. And we'll see if Shin can break this fourth. Meanwhile, SKillous taking up into Sky Toss, into a Fleet Beacon, into a Mothership. He's up to how many Immortals? 12, soon to be 13 Immortals. High Templar have been getting picked off, Immortals have not. Immortals have been building up over time. In fact, not a single Immortal has gone down this game. So 13 Immortals. SKillous, he's maxing out. This is a terrifying army, by the way. And Shin, now he realizes that the game is going to continue. He's now taking up into Hive, but this is a late Hive. Late tech for Shin. Remember, Shin has been all in, and now suddenly the supplies are evening up. Shin, he's hoping for a surround. He's setting up for a surround. He's going to try to collapse in the army. Banelings rolling in. Massive storms. Storms, they shut down the first wave. Aliens, they come in from behind. They shut down most of the High Temple, but the storms are brutal. Oh my god, he saves in the storms. The Hydras melt, and SKillous does it. SKillous, he breaks through. GG gets called. SKillous snowballs out of control, and he will tab the series 1-1. Whew, GG. We are going to game 3. Again, Shin, he was doing a great job when it came to breaking the expansions and killing the 4th base, which he was able to do multiple times, but the reality is that he never broke the main army, right? He never killed a single Immortal. The Immortal count was building up. The High Templar count was building up. SKillous, he was closing that gap in supply. And because Shin was all in, he had to do more than just kill the 4th. He had to end the game, and he wasn't able to. In the end, Shin got outscaled. GG. GG, well played. If you recall, at the end of the game, Shin, he realized what was happening. He was like, ooh, I don't really have an army for this. He tried to get into a Hive. He threw down the Infestation bit. That was for a Lurker tech. Without Lurkers, without Hive tech, Shin had nothing. Shin had nothing. GG, well played. And with that, we're going to the ace match. Going into game 3, and this could go either way. This can go either way here. It's still up in the air. Shin and SKillous both deserving to make it into the quarterfinals, but only enough room for one of them. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player himself, representing Gaiman Gladiators, being forced into the ace match. We'll see if we can bring it back. It is Shin. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And again, we had a very intense game previously, and so far Shin has been hyper aggressive. Game 1, he went for a 70. I mean, both game 1 and game 2, he went for 74 workers. He went up to just under 4 base saturation, and he just maxed out. He maxed out. He tried to end the game. We saw that last game SKillous did play safer. If you recall, that is why SKillous delayed his 4th. Last game, he had a delayed 4th base. He rushed into Storm. He rushed into Immortal production before expanding. Shin, he still found some damage, that is true, but it was not enough damage. It was not enough in the end. Killing the 4th and killing the mineral line was not enough. Again, it shows just how committed Shin was, and I'm hoping that Shin mixes it up here. I'm hoping he doesn't go for the same style 3 games in a row, because clearly SKillous is adapting. Clearly SKillous, he's playing safer. He's playing safer, playing in a way more defensive here. He's more aware of the aggressive potential of Shin, and he's taking that into account. So now would be the time for Shin to mix it up. Now, whether he plays Muta or whether he is more greedy and is faster to take up into Lurkers, we're here to find out. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't be opposed to Shin even feigning aggression and instead droning up harder and taking up faster into Lurkers. I think that could be successful, but we'll see. We shall see. just because SHIN, he's been doing a great job at gaining map control, right? He has gained map control in both Game 1 and Game 2. He has had free reign. And with that has been hyper aggressive. But in the ace match, he should mix that up. SHIN does expand, taking his third base. Standard opener here out of SKillous. Likewise, Stargate has been thrown down, taking up into Stargate, into Oracles, or Void Rays. We'll see how SKillous does open up. And it is going to be the Oracle first. Ling dips in. Ling gets, I believe, no kills yet, but does at least confirm the opener. Confirms the initial unit. From here, it's going to be on SHIN to maintain his economy, to keep up. So far, SKillous has been quite successful with his first Oracle. Like, getting 4 or 5 drone kills is typically what he's able to achieve, what he's able to get across the map. We'll see if we can do that again. For now, claiming his third. Keeps the first Oracle back at home for now. Let's keep it back home. Once again, Evo Chamber first out of SHIN. Once again, going into faster +1 melee. Has been his go-to every game so far. And SKillous, he is looking for damage. At this point, the Spore is already in position. Remember, this is a late to move out with the Oracle. As SKillous, he was a little bit more passive early on. Or more defensive, maybe a better way of putting it. SKillous being more defensive. Twilight Council is on the way. And I believe this is a bit of an earlier Twilight. Okay, there we go. Early Twilight Council into Forge. We'll see if he goes into Charge. I mean, SKillous has embraced Charge every game so far. Shades into the natural, gets surrounded. Oracles, they come into support. A little bit late, they get a Queen. And Queen goes down. But no economic damage. And not yet. As more Queens respond, Adepts, they shade into the main. Lings are in position, and Lings will clean this up. Whew. And no drone kills. Yeah, not a single worker goes down. Nice defense so far. We'll get a Queen. We'll get 2 Queens even. And potentially a third. Yeah, no transfuse. No transfuse. Gets a third Queen. Oh my god. Yeah. God. Gets 3 Queens. Did I say 3? Gets 4 Queens even. Oh my god. And I believe that's almost every single Queen. No Spore here at the third base, and this is getting out of hand. Getting out of control. 5 as 6 drone kills. Initially, the defense was beautiful. Initially, not a single drone went down. But I'd spoken too soon, because now 7 workers and 4 Queens fall. Ay, ay, ay. Lings, they attempt to counterattack. There are deaths back at home. SKillous, he defends, and SKillous is in a strong position. It's looking good. It's looking good. The Queens have to be rebuilt. 4th base now on the way. SHIN, he has to re-drone, resaturate, rebuild those Queens. And SKillous looking solid. Behind this, getting into not charge, into +1 and blink, standard follow-up. And we'll see, after getting so much damage, he could even throw down extra gateways, throw down a proxy, and just commit. We'll keep an eye on him. Right now, speaking of extra gateways, he's getting up to 8. Yeah, so an 8 setup on 3 bases. SKillous, he gets 1 gas at the third. SHIN, he is trying to hold on, trying to keep up. Stalkers are moving out. Yeah, here comes a probe 3 base all in. He's coming with a proxy. So he's going to throw down a 9th gateway. So a proxy 9th gate. So it's going to be a 3 base 9 gate all in with pure blink stalker from SKillous. And this is because of the damage he dealt early on. Because he knows that SHIN is vulnerable, he's going for the kill. He's going to try to break SKillous here and now. But the proxy isn't ready yet. Lings are coming from behind. Nice setup. He goes for the surround, takes down the pylon. Very nice pickup. He will delay reinforcements. He will slow down SKillous. I mean, well, he's not stopping. SKillous moving out with the second probe. But again, that pylon is so late. Despite that, SKillous still going for the kill, still going for the throat. Lings once again from behind. Stasis does go off. Stasis goes off. Hydras are amassing. The base is getting very low. Ooh. SKillous getting forced back. Pylon is done. Again, forced to throw in those slow warp-ins. There's the 9th gateway. Again, it's a delayed 9th gate. It's a delayed push here from SKillous. But SHIN is still struggling to hold on. Still struggling to survive. Up! Going for the expansion, does get it. Third base goes down. And again, SKillous is not stopping. He's not stopping. He's not taking. Now he throws down another expansion, getting to charge behind this. Remember, there's no Storm, no Archons, no Colossus. Just pure gateways. Pure Stalker and soon to be Zealot as well. The Hydras, they need support. Without Lings, these Hydras, they're so vulnerable. They need either Lings or Roaches here. SKillous might just have too much. As again, it was just a really rough early game for SHIN. I mean, losing all those queens and drones almost sealed the deal. That's what triggered this. Like, that's the reason why SKillous went for the all-in. As he's pushing forward again, trading very well against these Hydras. As these are so expensive for SHIN. Yeah, he blinks in. He just blinks in. He breaks through. SKillous, he overwhelms. GG gets called, and SKillous, he will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. SKillous Nikita, he will claim the series, will advance on. Again, SHIN, unfortunately, he just had a really rough early game. He lost 4 queens and 7 drones at the start of the game. He initially had a really strong defense, but very quickly everything just fell apart. And after that damage was dealt, then SKillous, he made the decision. Made the decision to go for the mass 3-base all-in with 8 gates with a proxy 9th gateway. SHIN had a great moment when he delayed that pylon, when he got a surround, when he killed the pylon, when he killed the probe. He delayed the push, but he only delayed the inevitable. Like, he was still too far behind. He still could not keep up. He could not defend, not after those early game losses. GG. GG, well played. With that, we are going to be following SKillous into the next round. Congratulations here. Again, SKillous, once he saw weakness, once he saw an opportunity, just went for it. Just went for the kill then and there. And let's catch up on that bracket.